I don't know about you, but I waste quite a lot of my life on YouTube. I'm not sure if anyone's had that experience. Something I've been getting into recently on these YouTube deep dives is mongooses. Anyone familiar with the mongoose? You may have seen this video. It's 3 lions surrounding a mongoose. And the lions chase the mongoose into a little safety hole. Mongooses, as I'm sure you know, are generally associated with killing cobras, and people think cobras are more dangerous than a mongoose because a mongoose looks like a little ferret, a little cat. It's familiar to us. We don't think it's scary, it's fuzzy, whereas the cobra resembles something biblical, something fearful. But when confronted with the 3 lions, at first the mongoose goes into its hole and stays there, and then it looks like for a moment the lions hesitate around that hole, and for some reason, for some strange, unknown, unnecessary reason, the mongoose comes back out, as if to say, "What did you just say to me?" And at that moment I have a strong feeling of empathy. The mongoose comes out of the hole and backs the lion up. It appears to be shouting, maybe obscenities. We know this is not true, anthropomorphization. But this mongoose, who was left alone, who was safe in its hole, for some reason, came back out, decided to face off against the lion, backs it up, and the lion runs away. The mongoose, with nothing left to do, goes back in its hole. Now, the reason why this interests me so much is the notion of principle. The reason why I think I do this festival, and my biggest failing as a human being, something I haven't been able to get by, is the notion of will. Why can some people just not leave it alone? Why is it some people, when it would be much easier to stay in their bedroom and do nothing, refuse to be quiet? Why is it some people, when that extra comment is made, when that extra little repression is enforced, simply cannot sit on their hands and enjoy their life in quiet instead of suffering agonizingly for an abstract idea? It is absolutely untrue that Oleg Sentsov is a terrorist. It is absolutely true that he is a filmmaker. It is also absolutely true that he got sentenced to 20 years in a Siberian penal colony. It is also absolutely true that he is scheduled for release in 2034. It is some sort of strange coincidence that at the same time that the Russian government discovered him to be a terrorist, he happened to be delivering food to Ukrainian soldiers in the Crimea. It is true that the Russian government has said that he is tried as a Russian citizen because he was in the Crimea, which was automatically made Russian on the date he was arrested, and therefore he automatically became a Russian citizen and doesn't need to be returned to the Ukraine, the place where he is actually a citizen. This nail will not bend. Oleg Sentsov's letter from prison. For 3 years I've been sitting in a Russian prison. For those 3 years a war has been conducted against my country. The enemy is fighting like a coward, vilely pretending he has nothing to do with it. No one believes him now, but that doesn't stop him. War is never pretty, but truth is on our side. We attack no one and are just defending ourselves. However, there are other enemies beside the known, outside ones. They are smaller and on the inside here, under our skin, almost native. But they aren't supporting us, they are supporting themselves. Some of them are leftovers from old times, times of poverty and fear. Some desire just to live in the old ways, but in a new guise. Each enemy, the larger and the smaller one, has different goals, but we are on paths different from the ones they're taking. I'm not going to say we'll see who wins. I know who will win. The desire for freedom and progress is unstoppable. There are many of us in captivity in Russia, and even more in Donbass. Some have been freed, others wait in hope. Everyone has their story and their experiences and conditions of detention. Some do PR work on behalf of the captives. Some really get down to work to become a better known prisoner, to get exchanged for Russian captives in Ukraine. However, that is not the way I would choose. I don't want to pull a blanket over me. I want to remain just a surname on the list. I doubt I'll be given an offer to leave prison last, but that would be a good choice. Here in captivity, we are limited, and not even by our freedom. This can no longer be taken. But by being of little help to our country, we're in here. To be precise, there's only one more thing we can do: hold on. There is no need to pull us out here at all costs. This wouldn't bring victory any closer. Yet using us against the enemy as a weapon will. You must know we are not your weak point. If we're supposed to become the nails in the coffin of a tyrant, I'd like to become one of those nails. Just know that this particular nail will not bend. Thank you. Reading next will be Helen Palmer for Main